All right. Hi, guys. How are you? So I am live on the group and on the page. Okay. So I'm new at this whole like group page thing. All right. So like you guys got to bear with me. And guys on the page over here, the group. Look, I'm getting confused. Okay. So the group is on my phone and the page is right here on my computer. All right. So I have you both together because I have to tell you about this. All right. So literally, I have been in an IEP meeting since 8:30 this morning. I literally just got off with a 15-minute review with the parent. All right. So the meeting ended at 5 o'clock. All right. And so this is the third meeting, okay, because my meetings go in sync. So the first meeting was to discuss the evaluations and what we wanted. And you guys know I'm very specific, right, about the evaluations that I want for a child. Oh my God, Christina, wait till you hear about this. Okay, so if you are on the page or the group, post a 1 in the comments below if you're new. First through third time catching me live. Post a 2 below if you're an oldie but goodie. Okay, 1 below if it's your first through third time catching me live. Post a 2 below if you're an oldie but goodie. All right, so I'm going to tell you all about this IEP, and this mom and dad got everything, and I busted my ass, okay, because it was not easy. Okay. This was the third meeting. Like I said, let me just introduce myself real quick. My name is Raven Woods. I'm the CEO and founder of Autism Mama Rocks IEP, and I help parents gain the knowledge and the confidence to become the CEO of their IEP meeting. So I have you guys on the page. I have you guys on the group because I'm just super excited for this mom. Like, I don't know if I want to cry or I'm just so excited. Actually, no, I'm excited for this child. Sorry, but it's been a fight. You know what I mean? So like, the fact that this child got everything that we've been fighting for since, God, just a couple months is insane to me, okay? And it made this, no joke, 9-hour IEP meeting so worth it, okay? So let me calm myself down. But it's so emotional for me because I mean, to get a child everything they need and to see, firsthand how much they fight you to just get them what they need, not above and beyond, just what they need. So the meeting, again, was the third meeting, okay? And so my first meetings, when people get my package, the first meeting is all about me, if you need an evaluation, of course. It's where I'm fighting for what evaluations to get you guys, okay? Because I'm very specific on the evaluations, because if you don't have the right evaluations given to your child, as you know, the present levels aren't going to be accurate and nothing's going to be put in place how it should, because the evaluations are not going to cover everything and show you the whole picture. So if you've seen your evaluations, you have your good ones and you have your bad ones. And a good evaluation covers everything. So you get the whole picture and there's no guessing game as to, okay, this doesn't sound like my child or anything like that, right? So what you need to focus on is, and what I focus on in that first meeting, is getting them everything that they need as far as the evaluations, whether that's an FBA, psychoeducational, and then what is in that psychoeducational, right, guys? So I am big on the importance of evaluations, okay? So I'll just give you an example. You guys know I've recently gone over all of this with you guys. But the top evaluations I love are in the psychoeducational. You guys know, hands down, it's the KTEA. If your child needs diagnosed with dyslexia, the school's not going to do it, and they're sure as heck not going to tell you. But the KTEA is what's going to reveal that, and then you can take that to a psychologist, and they may take that evaluation, or they may do their own, but they're going to be able to tell you if your child has dyslexia or not, because that is the evaluation that's really good and proficient with that. I actually have the information here. And then the KTA mixed with the the Wyatt is good, because the Wyatt has subtests that the KTEA doesn't have, but just a couple. Okay. And then I love occupational therapy. That's, you want to do the BOT 2, you want to do the handwriting. Sometimes you want to do the VMI, which is the visual motor integration. The speech, you got the CASTLE 2, you have the PPVT 5, you have the GFTA. Those are all good. This CASTLE is hands down great. FBA, of course, done by a BCBA. You have adaptive behavior, you have assistive technology if that's needed. The CTOP 2, hands down, is amazing. The TAPS 4, the SELF 5, the visual processing skills. If you need your child with, to see the autism, that's the CARS 2 or the ADOS 2. And then you have a ton of other evaluations, but those are my favorites, okay? So I'm really big on picking and choosing what evaluations that my clients' kids get, okay? And so we did that in the first meeting. The second meeting was going over the evaluation. So that's the process. We go over the evaluations in detail, and I've already read everything, so I am on top of all the questions I have. I know what deficits the child has. I know where the areas of need are, where the areas of possible strengths are, what really needs to be put in place in order for progress to be made based off science and research. And then I really get my argument and everything I do based off of that data. All right. In my first email to the school, I'm asking for a FERPA request, everything that I possibly want in regards to that child. I want to see what they've provided the parent. I want to see if PWNs were provided each time they had an IEP meeting. I want to see if PWNs were provided when changes were made. I want to see what has been happening the past 2 to 3 years with this child. Then I also, in the third meeting, which is the creation of the IEP, okay, that is the meeting that was today, all right? And sometimes there's a fourth meeting. We actually are having a meeting in May, but that's more to review before, after, because we're getting another FBA, all right? So that a better BIP is put in place, because I was not happy with the BIP, and I'm very particular about that. So we're going to redo that FBA. All right. So do me a favor, post a 1 below if it's your first through third time catching me live. Post a 2 below if you're an oldie but goodie. So here's the things that we asked for. All right. Hi, Del Rose, Tara, Lourdes, Gina, Misty. Hello, hello. Hi, Vanessa. And then over here, who do we have over here on the group? See, on the group, guys. See, look, I don't even know what I'm doing. Hang on. Look, I got to flip it back around. Okay. See, I don't even know what I'm doing on the group. You guys got to tell me if you're here. Hi, Nicole. How are you? Hey, Christina. So post a 1 below on the group if you are new. First or third time catching me live. Post a 2 below if you're an oldie but goodie. Okay. All right. So this is what this child got. Hey, Faye. Hey, Delma. All right. This is what this child got. All right. I have it written down. So ESY all day. All right. For reading, writing, math, and services. Oh, yeah. The child got, what is the PRM or acronym you used about the IEP? What do you mean? Independent Educational, what? Program? What do you mean? Hi, Marina. Hi, Tatiana. How are you? Hi, Jenny. All right. Kind of remind me what you mean, Lourdes. I want to make sure okay. So the next thing that she got, that he got, is a 60 minutes of reading, direct instruction. All right. So it's going to be 2 30-minute sessions because he's in 3rd grade. So we don't want to yes, thank you, Jenny. We don't want to overwhelm him. So we're doing it throughout the day, 30 minutes, 30 minutes. I know I flipped the camera. I didn't know what the hell I was doing on this. Because I have you guys on live on the group and then them on, the live stream. All right. So speech is 2 times a week direct and 1 time a week in class, which I like that, the in-class piece. I don't like the consult. You guys know that, but there does need to be consult, but not in place of therapy. Okay. So the child got 2 times a week of direct therapy and speech and 1 time a week in class. So that's not observation. That is not, oh, you can't see me? Still, you can't see me? Can you guys see me? Okay, now you can see me, right? Oh my God. Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. Okay, can you see me now? There we go. You can't? That's weird. I turned it back around. Let me see. What do you guys not see? You can't. Oh, weird. What do you see now? My computer? Do you see everybody live over on the group or the page? All right. That is too funny. What is up with that? What did I push? Oh my God, I don't know what to push, guys. Who's been live on Facebook? I don't know how to do this thing. See, that's why I like streaming. Hang on one second. Let me fix this. What do I do? Who's been live on this thing before? All right. Well. All right, let me do this. All right. Stay tuned. I'm going to hop off, hop back on. Give me a second. I have no idea how to go live on Facebook. I'm used to streaming. All right. Okay. Okay. Now let's do it again. Okay. Okay. So hopefully it starts. Okay, guys. Hopefully you guys are back on. I hope it's not flipped around. I want to be so angry. Hopefully they can see me now. All right. So if not, they can hop over here. So this is what happened is basically the child got, like I said, ESY all day, all academics, reading, math, and writing, all services, 30 minutes of writing, direct instruction. Okay. I'm going to answer y'all's questions, post them. Okay. The child also got 60 minutes of direct reading instruction, like I was telling you, 30 minutes in like the morning, 30 minutes in the afternoon, 30 minutes of science direct instruction, or direct one-on-one in the gen ed classroom. So this is awesome. Okay, so how it's going to look is the child has 60 minutes of science every day. All right, so what happened, you can see me on the group, Kristen? All right, so those of you who joined the group, post a 1 below if it's your first through third time catching me live. Post a 2 below if you're an oldie but goodie. Okay? So you guys can see me, hear me. Is that right? Tell me if you can see me and hear me. Diana, hey, can you see me and hear me? Let me know. Okay, because I don't know how to do this whole like Facebook live thing. I'm used to streaming. So tell me if you can see me. If not, hop onto the group, guys, or the page. Okay. But go over to the group, Christina, and tell me if you can see me live. Okay, so 30 minutes of writing, direct instruction. 60 minutes of reading, direct instruction. ESY all day, math, science, or math, writing, and reading. The child got 30 minutes of one-to-one in science, all right? And then 30 minutes of direct class support. So let me explain that what that means, okay? So 30 minutes of direct class support was a para with 4 other students. So she floated, all right? So he gets 30 minutes of that. And then he gets 30 minutes of one-to-one. Does that make sense? So I just came to the group. You can see me. Okay, good. Thank you so much. All right, so 1-to-1, 30 minutes, 1-to-4, 30 minutes. Because what was happening is the student wasn't making progress at 30 minutes of the one-on-one rotating with 4. All right, so I upped it to 30 minutes of the 1-to-4, but then 30 minutes of 1-to-1. Okay. And then 2 times a week speech direct, and then 1 time in class. So let me explain the in class. Okay. So you know how I say no if the child needs 3 times a week, that's it, just 3 times a week, right? No, that's not 100% what I mean. So meaning the third time should not be consultation. That's just a big bunch of bullshit, and that needs to be on their own time. Don't you guys think that too? That consult should be on the teacher's time during their planning session, not during as a service to our child, right? So basically, this child is getting the one-to-one in class where the speech therapist is actually coming into the classroom, all right? And she's doing it at the end of the time period of class. So as things are wrapping up, so it's not like during the whole thing of, for example, it's not during the whole thing of, what is it? The whole learning area, all right, of science or whatever, okay? It's basically they're going in as the students wrapping up with an academic area and then transitioning into whatever's next. And what happens is they come back into that classroom. So the kids aren't really transitioning, the teachers are. And so it's one of those things where as that transition is happening, what's happening, right, guys, is conversations happening with the third graders. They're talking, they're having conversation, they're loud. All of those things are happening. And so the speech therapist is implementing the strategies that she's teaching in the gen ed setting with all the kids. How awesome is that, right? So if you are new, post a 1 below. On the group, post a 1 below. If you are new to Catching Me Live, and here on the page, post a 1 below. If you're new to Catching Me Live, tell me where you're from. All right. Post a 2 below if you're an oldie but goodie. Okay, you guys know what to do. But this is the first time I'm kind of like bouncing back between the group and the page because I feel guilty that I'm not getting my group when I'm over here on the page. So that's how I'm going to kind of do it from now on. But I'm not a fan of the Facebook Live, so I'm totally like gonna get a streaming service to do it somewhere else because I don't like it. I don't like that Facebook Live. Okay, so isn't that a really cool, like Christina just said, amazing technique? It's awesome because it's going to work really well. So the child's going to get direct instruction twice a week in speech, and then that ability to talk with gen ed peers, because a lot of times in services with speech or OT or anything like that, when they come into the classroom or things like that, it's a little bit different than that. It looks different. And or if they say group, they don't do it with gen ed kids. It's group with other special ed kids. And the one thing I don't like about that, okay, is I don't like that they'll pair our kids in a group with other children with special needs, because what we want as parents, right, is for our kids to make progress. And what we don't know is where the other children are who have needs and disabilities that need direct instruction and one-on-one and all those other things, right? So we want for all of the children to get what they need. And what's key with that is implementing that gen ed typical child into their dialogue. All right, and then be able to put into practice what they learn or what this child learns 2 times a week in direct instruction. So I find that really helpful, especially for a child that is verbal and needs help in, certain areas as far as expressive and receptive, pragmatics, comprehension, initiating conversation, those types of areas of speech. So this is going to be golden for him. All right. Oh my God, IEE, neuropsych, speech, audialis, Stonewall Center, Linda Mood Bell, all assessments showed he had regressed. There are professionals, all the schools feel, yeah. My daughter's at Linda Mood Bell. I love them. Okay, so let's move on. So now for PE, art, and music, we made it to where the child just has a para who floats in the classroom, but not direct with him. We don't want a para that's gonna hold his hand in electives. We want him to have fun and just a para be there for redirection and behavior and safety. So that was awesome. OT was a joke. Okay. And that was 20 minutes bi-weekly. And now it's 30 minutes one time a week. Now, this child does not have severe deficits in, in the occupational therapy area, but the child has deficits, which are using a utensil, learning how to tie, zip, and button. Okay, gross motor. And then the other, the safety of tying a shoe is important. So here's a tip for you. Orton Gillingham, yes, that's a really good program. I love Orton Gillingham. I would say Linda Mood Bell first, then Orton Gillingham, but I'm certified in Orton Gillingham. I love it. It's amazing. Both of them are highly scientifically based and researched based. So they're awesome. You can't go wrong with either. So I'm really excited that now this child's going to have 30 minutes, okay, of OT. Okay, so I don't have to do that here. I am in the page. Okay. So that's the cool thing too, is because 30 minutes and they're going to work on tying shoes, which, by the way, guys, if your child can't tie their shoes, that's a safety issue in the educational setting. All right. Do you hear my dog? So safety issue in the educational setting. All right. That is an impact of disability. All right. They can't tie their shoes at a certain age. Why? Because they have a certain disability that is holding them back, has them where they're slower at getting different things, and that they come, at a different time and rate, and that's okay. And so they're going to work on all of those things, which I think is pretty awesome. I'm happy about that. And then, gosh, this child got so much stuff. It's awesome. The other thing is I was able to change a lot of the goals. I wrote all the goals, so the teachers wrote the goals, and then I rewrote them and then put them into the chat on the Zoom, and then they put the goals in. All right. So I think my husband's home, so my dog's like crying. Sorry about that. So I'm excited, Jake. So I'm excited about that because, one thing I've found, and I found this today, and when things start to add up, you just start seeing, oh, this is kind of happening across the board, right? So what's happening across the board that I'm finding is the direction in which educators are writing goals is very poor. That's just calling it as it is. And it's poor, not because educators they lack knowledge, not because, they are purposely not doing something to be harmful to your child. I, of course, can't speak for everybody, but what I can say is I don't see teachers that I've come across that are just like, okay, screw the kids. I've not seen that other than maybe one or two times in a couple years. What I have seen, though, is their defenses to my redoing what they're doing because they have not been taught. They don't know. What I love to see is when the teachers, and I had to say this today, and I'll tell you about that in a second, is when teachers are open to learning and then grow from that. I had to learn. I didn't just wake up one day and know what I know. I had to learn it. I went through hell and back with my own daughter, and then sure, I have education and, educational degrees and that sort of thing. But I really feel like, being in the trenches of it myself with my own child and, being put through absolute and utter hell, and that's probably putting it lightly. I think that's what molded me into not just learning more, but learning what I had experienced, and then just growing from there. And I've realized, that it's lack of knowledge, like, I wish I could just gather all the teachers, and be their little fairy godmother, if you will, and teach them how to freaking write goals, because, it's one of those things where you just want to like grab them and say, come on, you got to write the goals right, because I don't think, like I said, I don't think it's done in a manner of negativity. I don't think it's done in a manner, and again, not all, but most. I don't think educators just say, screw the kids. I think it's just a lack of they're not taught. I wasn't taught how to write goals. I had to learn, and so, don't think, okay, go pass this on. Don't think that just because we, even me, are educators, that we know how to write a goal. We don't. We had to learn. All right? And a lot of their 40-hour trainings don't teach you how to write a goal. Okay? You wouldn't be able to write goals as fast as I can. They couldn't. I had to write them. I wrote them. They copied and pasted it. I will show you. I will clip a portion of the video and show you how I put it into the chat, and they'd copy and paste it and put it into the IEP. And again, they just didn't know how to write it. All right. And, they were off on percentages. They didn't understand why short-term objectives are so important. They went off the fact that only if a child's on an alternate assessment track, which most should, unless your child's on grade level, they should be on an alternate assessment track, at least if they are a year behind or more. Okay, because why put them through the regular assessment track if they're not there yet? Transfer them over when they get there. Thank you, Kim. Hi, Michelle. How are you? Hi, Tara. Hi, Missy. And again, over here on the group, I don't even know who's over here. I wish I saw you guys. Oh, I think I can see now. Okay, so I have Jessica and Marina and Wendy and Stephanie and Dawn and Cal and Anna and Adriana and Yana and Christina and Diana. Awesome. Okay, so now I can see. All right, cool. As you guys can see, I have no idea how to use Facebook Live. I'm so used to my streaming. Okay, so it's interesting because it was not easy today. 9 hours. 9 hours. We started at 8:30. No joke. Nope, not kidding. We took, I want to say 3 breaks. All right. I'm like turning my camera off to shove food down my throat for lunch. I got Sky off to school to go to Linda Mood Bell, and yeah, it was quite the day, but at the same time, 9 hours later, this child has one hell of an IEP. All right. And I could not be more thrilled. And, one thing that I did that I had to point out to the school, and this is why assessments are so damn important. I'm a data-driven person. If you can't show me the data, I don't give a rat's butt what you tell me. Because they kept saying today, well, in the PLAF, we put XYZ. All right? I said, I don't care what you put. Show me the data. What do you have to support what you put? All right? Because it can't go into the PLAF unless you can support it, that it's actually factual information, that the child can or cannot do it, based on the fact that you assessed them in that area and know exactly where they are and what is going on with them. All right? So, yeah, they will, Tara. And so that was number one. Here's one thing I got them on. Get this. Rocco, no. Okay. So, one of the things, no, sir. So one of the things, okay, hear this. So one of the things that was crazy is, so I'm going on and on about reading. So I was fighting for the reading, the direct instruction. That wasn't easy. We went at it, okay? But here's the kicker. Here's how I got them. I think. The assistant principal opened her mouth and she said, "My dogs are barking back at Rocco." So this is what happened. The principal says, well, we don't do that. We don't give, direct instruction to a child without trying, something else. And the principal chimes in and says, oh yeah, we got to try this and this first. And I'm like, well, how are you teaching reading? What you're doing is not working. And I said, and you keep referencing the child's on letter L. And I said, that's DRA. So I then said, because I know DRA, okay, is that Fontes and Pinnell? And so I said, are you doing Fontes and Pinnell, which is a shit methodology? There's a lot of issues going on with that right now. It is a bad methodology because teachers are not trained on how to implement it in the correct way. Now, in reference to Fontes and Pinnell, because they're two ladies, okay, that are very smart, created a program that is good, but is shit in the school system because they don't know how to implement it properly. All right, they're not trained, and this is what they said, that they're not trained in an appropriate way to then implement the process in the right way so that the child then learns. All right, the school literally will stick on one certain area of reading and not grow where it needs to happen in a way that, here, I'll explain it to you. And I'm getting ready to do my series, guys, by the way, in reading. I'm almost ready. All right, so it can't be focused primarily on a certain area of reading. You have to look at everything. You have to look at phonics. You have to look at phonemic awareness. You need to look at the phonemes. You need to look at letter recognition. Letter recognition, I can't say that enough. Letter recognition, letter recognition, letter recognition. They have to be able to decode. Okay, they have to be able to decode what they're reading into syllables. There's 1 syllable, 2 syllables, 3 syllables, etc. They have to be able to do that in order to then read and comprehend. I hate the fact that so many times I see goals for reading and they're all comprehension. Well, this is what we're working on. This is where they're struggling. No wonder they're struggling. No shit, people. Okay? This is why they're struggling in comprehension. Because the whole rest of the process of reading, you're skipping because you're heading towards comprehension, which they cannot get to until you cover vocabulary, letter recognition, decoding, okay? Phonological and phonemic awareness. You've got to cover those things before you even get to freaking comprehension. Okay? You don't just jump to comprehension. It doesn't work that way. It's like going from addition to algebra. Not possible. You cannot do that. If a child can't recognize a letter, they're not going to comprehend. If a child cannot decode and break down a word, 1, 2, 3 syllable words, 3 syllabic words, all right, they're not going to be able to comprehend. Not going to happen, all right? If your child cannot understand, all right, the phonological awareness. So that is syllables, rhymes, onset time. It's isolating, blending, segmentation, the deletion of words, substitutions, reversals, all types of areas of phonemic awareness has to be put into place in order for that child to comprehend. All right. So many times I'm seeing where, it's this one-way street of reading and children are not processing. And then they're having these goals of comprehension, which will trick us parents, guys. Believe it or not, it's going to trick you. And the reason it's going to trick you is because in your mind, you're looking at it like, okay, well, if my child can have comprehension, then my child can read, right? Or, comprehension is the goal. This is what we have to do. This is what reading's about. Comprehension, right? No. Start in the beginning. If you want your child to comprehend, you better backtrack that teacher. Okay? So I'm having to say to the teacher, all right, who wanted to then argue with me, but then stopped cold, dead, done, crickets. I said, how do you have a comprehension goal when the child can't read? Oh, well, he can read. Really? That's funny, because as I picked up his evaluation, again, this is his file, okay? So as I picked up his evaluation, that's interesting because in the evaluation, it's specific. This is what I do, okay? I pull up my stuff. So I said specifically in the reading portion, it says reading skills below grade level. I'm not going to go into details of it. I'm just going to say below grade level because this is privacy information, okay? Word attack, below grade level. Letter word recognition, below grade level. Passage comprehension, below grade level. And we're talking, when I say below grade level, I'm talking 1, 2, and 3 percentage, in the percentile, okay? Applied problems, calculation, comprehension. Then it goes into, of course, writing samples, math problem solving, numbers, applied problems, etc., etc., etc. Now here, double that with working memory, processing issues, and you guys know working memory, reading, writing, and written expression. Then you have where it talks about the student struggling in different areas of his ability to focus. All right. So you have focus issues, you have processing issues, you have working memory, reading, writing, written expression. Then you have comprehension issues, you have word attack and word problem issues. All right. You have, then you take that, okay, take all that are all combined, kind of like your body. All right. Take that and combine that with a speech language impairment. And you're telling me that you're going to throw in two goals for comprehension. You don't got nothing else? Come on now. All right, so we changed those goals, okay? So those goals are now addressed into decoding and letter recognition and all the things that are appropriate for the student, right? Then we went into math. Okay, so same thing. This is what they did. They took math. Yes, guys, post a 1 below if it's your first through third time catching me live, 2 below if you're an oldie but goodie. All right, so they then, in math, this is what they did. They put addition and subtraction without regrouping. Okay, so that doesn't sound bad from what you just heard me say. Where's the child right now? Can you tell me where the child is right now? Because I don't have data, and we asked for a FERPA request, and you did not provide us data. Okay, this is what I'm saying. So where's the child right now in math? Oh, well, the child is doing addition and subtraction problems, double digit. I said, well, if the child's doing double digit addition and subtraction problems without regrouping, she said, then why would you have their yearly goal for next year, the 2021-22 school year, as addition subtraction without regrouping? That would be keeping the child where they are presently. Oh, well, that's a error. Okay, let's change that to addition and subtraction double digit with regrouping. So we changed that. Then she had goals. The third goal was word problems. Come on, people. All right? It's just freaking common sense. All right? So I'm giving you the sense. So you got to go give them the sense. Okay? The sense is if a child cannot freaking read, do not give them a math goal of word problems. Okay? Math and reading go hand in hand. If a child cannot, here's Linda Moods-Bell's theory, which is backed by science and research of many, many years. And I'm sorry, but Linda Mood-Bell wouldn't charge $12,000 every 12 weeks if they weren't successful. Okay, that's just what it is. My daughter's there, and she's been there for 10 months, all right? And she has made 1.5 years progress in 10 months. So their theory, all right, let's just say it's a theory. It's really not. Is that a child who struggles, and this makes sense, with reading comprehension will eventually stop dead in their tracks and have trouble with math. Well, where do you think it is that they stop dead in their tracks with math? Word problems, algebra, all of those areas in which they have to read. They have to read what's written out for them. All right, so addition, subtraction, that's numbers, okay? May not be where they're gonna stop and struggle. But once they get to that word problems and other things within math that you have to read, they're going to stop dead. All right, think about it. If you're looking at doing fractions, what do they have to do? They have to read and then solve. Well, if they can't read and comprehend, they're not going to be able to solve. So I said, we need to remove this goal, get rid of it, and we need to bring about goals that have to do with daily life. We have to bring about goals that are going to be functional and that the child is going to use, okay? So what I brought in, guys, was time, money, and fractions, okay? So fractions, meaning the easier fractions that they're not reading and solving, all right? Pictures, all right? And then the numbers, okay? And then money is going to be recognition of money, and it will then build to, it's going to build to counting, so that's where the short-term objectives are. And then we're going to eventually get to, you know, if I give you $3, you know, and a toy is $2.50, how much do you get back? All that kind of stuff, all right? But the child's not there yet. He's in 3rd grade, and he's, you know, we put that in there. Time, that's an analog clock, okay? Telling time by, you know, the 15 minutes, 30 minutes, etc. You know, we made the short-term objectives to where it finally becomes by the minute, which is the most difficult. So we changed that one crap goal of word problems, which I didn't even like word problems as a kid. Did you guys? And then put in goals that are going to be more functional for him, but also to his ability and what he can master that is still challenging, but is going to be something he can master. Does that make sense? So that's important to me. All right. So I said, hi, Jessica. How are you? Hi, Marina. Hi, Stephanie. Drillina, is it? Tanisha, hello, hello. Hi, Janae, Myrna, and Wendy. Hello, hello. Okay, so if you're hopping on the page, make sure you guys say hi. Post a 1 below if it's your first through third time catching me live. Post a 2 below if you're an oldie but goodie. Okay, so I was just really excited about this whole IEP. Granted, I'm exhausted after 9 hours. I told the mom, oh my God, I'm going live. I got to tell them all about it. And she's like, oh my God, I'll catch it later. She's exhausted. But you know, it was good. It was good. You know, we all hung in there and got it done. It wasn't easy though. It wasn't, you know. One of the things I totally skipped over that I was going to tell you about was how the assistant principal said, oh, well, we do Fontes, because I said Fontes and Pinnell was shit, all right? And so she said, oh, well, we only do a portion of Fontes and Pinnell, but we do, you know, we do just a portion of it. Because I asked for the benchmark assessments, and they didn't have them. So if you do Fontes and Pinnell is based off DRA. DRA is those letters, okay? So each letter equals a grade, all right? And so they were trying to say that this child was on a letter L, when in fact his ability in the assessments that were just done in December did not reflect that. All right. So what I said was, oh, well, if from January till present, so February, March, April, May, 4 months, actually, is it May? No, it's 3 months later, April. And I said, so if you have some sort of data that shows where the child is now that is different from what shows in the January evaluations, please show me that data. They had no data, guys. All right. They did not know what the numbers were for sight words. All right, so I had them look up how many sight words each grade had to have by the end of that year for typical children. So at the end of 1st grade, 2nd grade, 3rd grade, etc., there is a number of sight words that a child is supposed to have. All right, and so they did not know what that number was. So I said, well, how can we create a goal if you guys don't know what the number is, but you guys have a sight word goal and I don't know where the child is presently? Do you know, without us knowing, they pulled the child out of class and tried to test him on sight words? Yeah, during the IEP meeting. Then, so they didn't have data there. And then the assistant principal then continued by saying, because I said, well, if you're only using a portion of the Fontes and Pinnell, what are you doing in the other time? And she said, oh, well, we're just, the teacher's just doing this, this, and this. So basically what she said, in sum, is the teacher's just winging it with everything else. I about lost it. I said, so what you're telling me is you're doing a portion of Fontes and Pinnell and then you're just winging it of anything goes? What the hell? I mean, everybody should know. So if you don't know, listen up. All academic areas need to be based off, especially reading, a methodology that is scientifically based, research-based, peer-reviewed, supported in every way, shape, or form. Okay? So whatever the hell your school's using, it better be research-based. And then you need to look at the exact areas. And when I do my reading series, it is going to be a long series. Okay? Probably, I want to say, close to 3 weeks of me going live. And it's going to be very thorough. Okay? And what that's going to entail is every part of reading and the importance of it and the type of methodology provided to your child and how they are learning and the implementation of what they're learning and how exact that implementation has to be done with fidelity to that methodology for it to be given with fidelity. Okay? It's like a BIP. No point in creating a BIP if you're not going to implement it with fidelity. If you're not going to implement it with the exact areas, if it's written right, in which it's going to be focused on what the antecedent is, what's happening before the behavior. Hey, Lori, what's happening, for the behavior? What's the target behavior? What's the consequence? What is the teaching strategies in which you're going to teach that child to learn to replace those negative behaviors? What positive interventions are you going to put in place to encourage that child, and different reinforcements in place in which to have that child work towards, right? And then how data is going to be taken on a daily basis, so on and so forth, okay? So if a BIP is created, it better be created with fidelity, all right? And it better be created in a way that is going to work for that child and for their benefit. The goal is to remove the negative behavior. If it's not working, you tweak it immediately, and that's why daily data for a BIP should always be done. All right. So it's the same thing with reading. If that methodology is not working, your child's not making progress, don't listen to we just got to give them time. All right. No. We don't have time to wait and give them time. Okay. Because if the methodology is being taught, all right, with fidelity in a way in which that program and methodology is the type of program provided, such as Wilson Reading, Orton Gillingham. That is a methodology, okay? And what that is a way in which they teach, all right? So let me pull this over. So when I say a way in which they teach, what I mean by that is the way in which they teach, what is the science behind it, what is the numbers of successes and research that support that, all right? So that's super important, all right? So I'm just thrilled. I wanted to share that with you. I wanted to share the fact that, this child is, oh my God, getting everything he wants after 9 hours of an IEP. But I'm just absolutely thrilled. Don't look at my messy house, okay? I've had paperwork. Look, I put it on the floor so you guys wouldn't see it. I got paperwork everywhere, all right? I had all over my floor all of the student stuff. everywhere, okay? Everywhere. So that, you know, because I'm always picking up in an IEP meeting every type of documentation that I have to support what I'm saying. And so, you know, it's just really important to be on it like that. So, on another note, really quick, I'll stay on for another 5 minutes or so. Tell me if anybody's had successes or if you're really struggling with something. And I'll do a little bit of a Q&A. I know I haven't done a Q&A in forever. So I'm going to give you guys 5-10 minutes. All right. And Q&A away. All right. So if you got some questions, you better start posting because Friday nights are my night. I take off. Done. I need to rest my head. Hi, Missy. Thank you so much. Tara says third. Aw. My son's team will no longer meet. They will, Tara. They will. Okay? They will. Just message me if you'd like. We'll have to message you about the email. Not sure if you've seen. I haven't looked at anything today, Kim. Did you get my PM about ESY, Tara? I got to look at my phone in a minute. I probably did. Did you message me on WhatsApp? Message me on WhatsApp. Can you do that? We have more than 5 to 10 minutes of questions. We are a needy group. Well, ask away, Stephanie. Come on. Ask away. All right, 5 to 10, more than 5 to 10 minutes. I wish you could help with my daughter's IEP because I'm sure it's, well, PM me, Tanisha. Diana says, third Q progress report says they do not expect to meet 5 of 6 goals. Well, then you need to say why and what is not being implemented properly. Why were those goals created if you couldn't and agreed to if you can't master them? Why is the student not making progress? Here, let me give you the information. Hang on. All right. Let me see. All right, so let me pull this up. I just redid it, so hang on. Okay, here we go. All right, so I'm going to post it in on the page. All right. Did you guys get it? I don't think it's letting me. Hang on. Okay. Did it post? I don't know. I don't know if it posted. There it is. It posted, y'all. Okay, I posted it. All right, now let me see if I can go to Facebook. Hang on, y'all, and I'm going to post it in the group. So I will get it to y'all. So give me a second. So I don't see questions coming in while I'm doing this. Come on, come on. Let me move this. Hold on. Okay. Am I in the group? Okay, hold on. Trying to get this right, guys. All right, here we go. All right, where are y'all at? Okay, here I am. Okay, I just posted it in the group. All right, y'all? Okay, so let's get back. Okay. So if you have questions, okay, so Chris says, And so WhatsApp is easy, y'all. All you do is go to your app store, download WhatsApp. It's free. Sign up. It says like sign up through Facebook, or you can put your email in. I like doing it through email because if for some reason like Facebook locked you out or something, which Facebook can be funny, then what I do is just do, your Google and then your email. And then all you do is click my link and find me. That's it. Super easy. And it's encrypted and everything else. It's awesome. That's how I talk to all my clients. How can I ask for reading comprehension goal? Why do you want a reading comprehension goal? We just talked about this. My son is in 5th grade, has problems with reading comprehension. Right, but can he read? Not fluency. Can he read? Does he know word recognition? Does he know, and this is for you, Chris, does he know how to decode? Does he know his vocabulary? Is he able to answer 5 questions to a book or a paragraph or a reading assignment that's given to him? So there's a lot of steps like we were just talking about in regards to reading before you get to comprehension. And putting a reading comprehension goal is the easiest goal to put in because that's what they seem to want to focus on versus the real concept of reading and the real nitty-gritty of it. So explain that a little more, Chris, for me. Tara says, I would like to have you look at our IEP and transition into junior high. Oh, yeah. So you got to talk about junior high and transitional stuff, too. All right. So Missy says, I got you added. Okay. Michelle says, my son only receives speech on Zoom once a week with other special needs kids and OT 20 minutes per month. What the hell is that? What's the point of 20 minutes per month? You might as well just get rid of that shit. And only received 1 session. Oh, dear God. I don't know what's going on with your child, Michelle, so I don't really try to make thought processes based off a live, just because unless you want to let me know, like, does your child have a speech language impairment? Do they have autism? What is are they in 5th grade at a 3rd grade level? Kind of where are they? I can tell you right now, if the child needs OT, they need OT. 20 minutes a month is just shit, just to be quite honest. I don't see the point in it because by the time they walk down to the speech therapy room or even online and, the child gets adjusted and so on and so forth, they're really only getting 10, 15 minutes. So I don't see any point in that. That's just ridiculous. So, hey, Aaron. And then, okay, so cool. Grew under the box. Okay. What else? Who else? Okay, so you guys said, okay, I'm in the group now. I'm looking at y'all's questions. Or you know what? I have it here right on Facebook, so hold on. All right, you guys said, Jessica says, where do you go to begin to learn what services are even available for school? I don't even know what to ask for or what the school. You should get my mini course. So maybe Aaron will post in the group my mini course information. It's super cheap. And I do services, accommodations, modifications, and you get a huge workbook on all the services, accommodations, modifications you can ask for. But then you'll also hear me go live with all that crap too. So you got your daughter a neuropsych. That's awesome. Hopefully from a good psychologist. Generalized anxiety, personality, OCD, depression, severe ADHD, and dyslexia. My daughter is 4th grade and has been in speech since 4K. Reading intervention since 1st. That's good. Is it helping though? And what you all said makes perfect sense and was almost like you were speaking about my daughter. Oh, thanks. Yeah, thanks. And hopefully it helped. So my question is above Jessica's. Okay, hold on. Where is it? Okay, they sent my youngest a retention letter due to math. Want him to have a math goal in his IEP. Also, is ESY an option? He has problems with 3 numbers with borrowing. Yeah, ESY is 100%. I don't think any child with special needs doesn't need ESY. I find their arguments very poor and definitely debatable and arguable in regards to what they have to say, because they have to back up what they say. Okay, so they can't necessarily say, oh, well, we don't have data, so your child cannot go to ESY or have ESY. They can't say that. Or they'll say things like, well, we need to try this first before we try this. No, there's no freaking A, B, C, D and order or policy or law on what you try first. So are you saying you're not allowing me to participate as an equal team member because you want to decide what goes first? Or are you going to collaborate and we work together and see what actually makes sense for the student? So you have to be on that. You have to be able to come back really, really quick. You know what I mean? And you cannot pause. You cannot, you just got to be on it. And I always feel like I'm always in attack mode because I'm always like one step ahead of the game, you know? And, it sounds crazy. I feel crazy sometimes, but you just have to be. And, you know, I love when I get them at crickets, which is where I got them many times today. And where they're speechless as to what the hell else can they say, because I'll just give an example. The occupational therapist today in my successful IEP, but here's some areas of where I had to fight. All right. So the occupational therapist today said, because she was trying to argue of why she only gives 20 minutes every other week. And I said, that's stupid. Why are you doing that? And well, that's all the student needs. And in accordance to, you know, Texas law, it says that, you know, our job is to incorporate and, you know, work with the gen ed teacher and to work into the gen ed setting, not, you know, take them out and it be a more restrictive setting. Bullshit. All right. That's not true. I said, that's not true. Well, that's what science says. I said, really? Hang on one second. So I pulled it up and I said, see, right here on the state website, I copied and pasted it for them. I said, on the state website, it specifically says that, because what she was trying to say, guys, is, and this is so ludicrous, she was trying to say that she doesn't have to make her own goals, that she can have goals that are what the teacher made, and she just implement them in OT. Hold on, I got to charge my phone. I was like, are you out of your damn mind? I didn't say that, but in my mind, I'm thinking, are you out of your damn mind? You don't get to do that. It's the other way around. Occupational therapy is the therapy given to a child of need who needs occupational therapy and whatever reason it is that they need it. And then, you know, gross motor, fine motor, handwriting, all of those things. And then you create the goals and then the teacher then implements them. That's how it goes. So you're a little bit twisted in the way you're thinking. And I challenged her big time. All right. Because I copied and pasted that crap right from the website of the DOE for Texas. All right. Because she tried to state that law wants, you know, the integration, blah. No, they don't. If your child needs a service and that service is going to be implemented one-on-one, direct, because that's what your child needs, that is what they need. Okay. Do I think that we need to deviate from the thought process of, you know, least restrictive environment? Oops, sorry guys. That we need to deviate from the thought process of least restrictive environment? Absolutely not. But if your child needs a service, you withdrawing them from the gen ed setting for that 60 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever it is for the speech, OT, etc., that is not going to hurt them. That is going to benefit them. But teachers want to claim, or therapists these days want to claim, oh, we don't want to remove them from the gen ed setting. Why the hell not? If they can't talk and they don't have speech or expressive and receptive language, do you not think that that's going to affect them in the gen ed setting? Do you not think that a lot of gross and fine motor is going to affect them in the gen ed setting? I'm not following you. So she couldn't back herself up. Then another thing that she said was that, so the student has a grasp problem, and the student has weakness in their grasp, okay, in their writing, their handwriting. Their handwriting is sloppy, not legible, so on and so forth. And so she then didn't want to put a goal. So here, I'll tell you the exact verbiage. Okay, so it's a pencil grasp. So if your child has a pencil grasp, it talks about how holding a pencil, all right, requires strong fingers. It talks about how it uses hand muscles and dexterity. It talks about correct pencil grip enables the writer to move the fingers controlling the pencil with efficient finger movement. Incorrect pencil grip is painful and causes a child's hand to and arm to fatigue quickly. All right, so I'm sitting here saying this to her, and I'm saying, so you're telling me that's not going to affect handwriting? Well, we just need to be careful of, how we put that in there. Why? And she couldn't tell me. I said, so isn't it true and isn't it a fact that when a child has a pencil grip, it is going to affect their handwriting, it's going to affect how they're writing legibly, and it's going to impact them in the educational setting, because if their work is not legible, then that's going to affect what? Huh. I'm surprised you couldn't have thought about that. Then I said to her, let me tell you why, a pencil grip and, is important as well. All right. And so I went on to explain to the occupational therapist, all right, that a pencil grip needs to be a specific name in the goal. Okay. So the goal for all our children, that are having pencil grip issues, muscle weakness issues that usually coincide with pencil grip, or vice versa. All right. You want them to have what's called a dynamic tripod grip. All right. That is the grip in which is where, it's what your child needs to get to and should have gotten to by the age of 5. All right. So a 3-year-old to 6-year-old is where they're developing those abilities. And by the age of 5 is when the child is supposed to master that grip. Does that make sense? So the goal, if your child has pencil grasp development issues, concerns, weaknesses, etc., you want the goal to aim them to, that you need to make the goal around, which we did make the goal around after I had to argue this crap, is that you want the dynamic tripod grip. Okay? So that's what happened, is that I'm having to teach educators when I should not have to be doing that. I should just be able to advocate and support my parents and advocate for these kids and not have to teach the teaching staff. It's very daunting and very exhausting and frustrating. But at the same time, you all need to know that it is a huge, huge problem today. Sorry about my dog crying. He wants out of his cage. But it's frustrating for me, pay me to teach the school system. I'm not here to teach you for free. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, it's frustrating. Oh, sorry guys, a group of people just fell over. Sorry y'all. But it's frustrating. Rocco. But yeah, it's just frustrating. So can you answer my question? I'm sorry. I can't see all these questions on the group. Hang on. Let me go to the group on Facebook. So how old's your granddaughter, Missy? All right, guys, come on with these questions. Come on. No, Rocco. I don't see them. I want to see those questions. I'm getting ready to get off here. But seriously, guys, just remember, okay, that schools, they don't know everything. You got to be on it. You've got to be your child's best advocate. Hands down, do not think that you do not know best, because there's so many Sorry, guys. It's charging, so it's all funky. It you wouldn't believe. Like, I wish I could do like a live IEP so you guys could see it, but it's so frustrating. Oh my God. Okay, so can you answer my question, please? I'd love to do your course, and I'd love to have your WhatsApp link. Okay, so the WhatsApp link is right below, but I can post it again, hon. Okay, so hold on. I think here. There is my WhatsApp. All right, I just posted it again, Paratus. And here, is my course. I'm going to give it to you, okay? I'm going to give it to you, promise. All right. It's killing my thing. Hold on. All right, so links. All right, here we go. Rocco. Look, I'm probably instigating him, making him want to. All right, I got it. I got it. Did you hear him? He's like really like, oh no, you're going to sit in that cage if you're going to do that. That's a little fit. I should go get him. I feel bad. All right, hold on. All right, so I'm posting the course now just for you, Paratus. There you go. Did it post? There you go. All right, you want me to post it for you guys too? Okay, here you go. All right, so it's in the group and it's on the page. You guys have it. All right? Okay. But yeah, you can contact me on WhatsApp, okay? And we can set up a free discovery call and all that fun stuff, okay? So, I know I need to let Rocco out. All right. Rocco! He's just distracting me. I'm not your friend. He distracts me. Look, it's all killing me. God, I'm so professional today. Look at this. Poor group people are all like sideways and stuff because I'm charging my phone. All right, guys. So I'm gonna end it there. Okay. If you guys have any questions, let me know. All right. I posted the course and I posted the WhatsApp on both under both areas of where I went live today. Because remember on the group I had to go live twice because you guys couldn't see me. It was like backwards or something. So that's how that went. All right. So on the page and on the group, you have my course and you have, the oh, do you guys want the mini course too? The services accommodations? I posted the big course, but here I'll post the services accommodations and modifications course too if you guys want that. Just so you can have that. Hang on. Okay. All right, here it is. Okay, so I just posted that, and then, all right, so you guys on the page have it, and then now you got, let me see, hold up. Where is it? Okay, so you guys on the Facebook group have it now, and there you go. Everybody's got it. All right, one of them is my big course, which is Rock the IEP. It takes you literally step by step through the whole IEP process, and my main course has my trademark PPPN system, which is plan and prepare, present, persuade, and negotiate. All right, so if you don't plan and prepare in the right way, you can't then present in the right way. Okay, so I am very diligent in presenting in the right way so that then I'm prepared. So I'm able to present that way, and then I'm able to persuade them to do the things that I need that child to have done. Okay. So it's plan and prepare, present, persuade, and negotiate only if you have to. So that's the big course. The mini course is solely, it's 6 videos of me in detail explaining everything. You get a huge workbook. And it's on services, accommodations, and modifications. Now, if you get the big course, you get the little course for free. And the big course takes you through the whole process. It's 6 modules, 14 lessons, and it's awesome. You know, took me a year to create, but that's okay. Yeah, so help yourself to that. But also, if you need to contact me, or you need, sometimes, the courses are always amazing. I love the courses, but sometimes, you need that direct help right then and there, and then you move on to the course. So I get that too. So, message me if you need anything. Have a wonderful weekend. Hopefully it's supposed to like rain all weekend. So I think I just ended the video on the group. I'm so sorry. But so they were just cut off. But yeah, it's so funny. All right. So they were just cut off. So sorry. But I will talk to you guys soon. Let me know if you need anything, and we'll go from there. All right. Have a wonderful weekend. Did you have any last minute questions, guys? Anything? Did I answer everybody's? Are IEPs put in place in development? Of course. Yes, at 3 years old. What else? Who else posted? Okay, I think, he can read 100 word per minute, but he doesn't know what he read about. Ask him questions. Yeah. So, Chris, just really quick, you need to go back to vocabulary. All right, you need to address vocabulary and make sure that word recognition, just review. If he got it, he got it. Perfect. But go back to vocabulary, have them do word recognition and brush up on decoding, because if he has vocabulary, he's going to then transfer that over. If he has decoding, he's going to transfer that over. And of course, letter recognition. So letter recognition, decoding, and vocabulary. So make sure he's touched on that, and then, then come back to comprehension. But there's something missing. There's a disconnect. So what I'm saying is you can't just jump to comprehension if he's not getting it. You have to back up. All right. It's kind of like you may take 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, 4 steps forward, 1 step back, So you got to figure out where that disconnect is and fix it, and then keep moving. And Michelle Conover, I would definitely contact me. I'm really sorry that that's happening to you. And yes, Tara Whitman, definitely message me on WhatsApp. I think that's it. All right, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.